27 on this cut and on pretty much ready to try. So things are going pretty good in the weight loss and the fat loss, and the scale hasn't really budged too much this past like week, but I'm looking thinner. I'm feeling thinner. You can see it in my face. Clothes are fitting. Let me fix this. Clothes are fitting better, looser. But yeah. So, anyways, it's going good. This is kind of a later lift. It is 9:30. I guess kind of a later lift. It kind of gave me the winter arc vibes. You know what I mean? But I did this because I didn't want anyone to be in the gym really when I'm recording because of people complaining, and it seems like it's busier than when I would come kind of early-ish, so that kind of really sucks, but it is what it is. I'm gonna go in there, just not worry about it, just lift, record me, whatever. So just gotta go in there and do it. So like I like to record because I like to look back at my progress, but also it's a way that people can see my progress, and it can influence people to get in the gym, or influence people in a way of like, hey, if you have neuropathy, you have nerve damage, you have a disability, you can still work out and push yourself while taking the pain medication or whatever you're taking. Because if you go back and look at my very first videos, guys, I was really overweight, hardly any muscle, and I was pushing myself during those surgeries or after those surgeries, and that's mainly what this content is about. It's, and they of living in a camper or like in the Forerunner and in a van, because I want to show people like, don't worry about what others think. Who cares? You know what I mean? Live the life you want to live, and do what makes you happy, but also you can push yourself and you can do things that the doctors will tell you, oh, you can't do this anymore, but you can prove them wrong. I've like literally proved doctors wrong. And that's what all my content is about, is just showing people other way of living and another way of like, there's other things you can do. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I'm kind of little, like my mind's kind of flustered right now, so I'm not getting the words exactly how I want to say them. And then I found out this pulls out to a huge massive bed, by the way. So that's pretty cool. But it's a king size bed. I didn't know that until a couple hours ago. See, my brain's kind of just going all over the place. But today's leg day, so we're just gonna go in there. No leg presses today, so since I'm in a cut, I basically want to just do leg curls and what's the other workout? Gosh, I really can't get my words together right now. Leg extensions and leg curls and sissy squats. That's all I really want to do. I don't want to go too heavy, and I don't want to really irritate this calf. This calf is still really bugging me right now, especially after yesterday's hike. But I was trying to get more steps in, and this calf is just not allowing me to do it. So I'm going to just take a step back a little bit from the cardio again and just try to really do some workouts, or like not workouts, but just some recovery stuff on my calf, like massaging. I think I'm going to start going to some professionals to like massage it and do some other techniques on it, just natural healing techniques on it, and see what we can do and help get this calf in a better spot. But part of it too could be because I'm just not hydrated enough. Like I haven't been really keeping up on hydration still. It's really hard for me to drink a lot because I feel so full, and I just don't want to drink water. I don't want to drink any liquids. It really does kind of suck, but I need to force myself to start drinking more as well. That could be it too. Why my calf is so irritated. I still do my electrolytes twice, once in the morning, once at night, but maybe I really need to start pushing more water down my throat and see if that helps the calf being more hydrated. Maybe that will help. Not much else really to talk about. Just like, it's just I just don't understand how when people see someone doing the things they love and then they want to try to like put an end to it. It's really frustrating, but it is also what it is. Like you just gotta move on and either, like for example, if they keep shutting me down from recording here, I'm just gonna go to a different gym. Like I already talked to Gold's gym's like, hey, um, just don't do it when it's busy. They're like, we're okay if you record when it's not busy. Just like, because if you have a tripod set up and stuff. And he said, as long as you're not setting it up in front of the racks and in people's way or in the walkways, as long as you keep it kind of literally close to where you're working out and focus just on you, we're good with it. And I showed him my videos and he was like, yeah, your videos are pretty. He's like, I actually like your videos. So he said he was going to subscribe. So that's pretty cool. And he said he could tell, and then he listened to my audio, and he was like, "Oh, that's really cool. I listened to your audio, and he's like, you fine tune your audio so you can only hear you, and you can't hear others around you or hear the music." And I was like, "Yeah, I do that as well." And he's like, then we would have no problem with you recording here. So it might be one of those things where I'm gonna have to switch to a different gym as well. You know, it's just is what it is. But enough talking about that. Let's just go in there, get a good leg day going. I probably won't go in there for another 25 minutes. Letting this pre-workout kind of kick in. So with it being kind of a later lift, it's kind of throwing me off. But so hopefully this kicks in soon. And sorry for the later uploads. It's just gonna have to be that for the next couple days. Just because I have a bunch of stuff going on early mornings. I've been having to get up super early, get stuff done, and then I video edit after that. So this is going to be another later upload as well. So hopefully I can get back on track where they're just uploaded at 8 a.m. Boom, 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 boom. But enough talking. Let's get in there. Well, I tried to do legs, and anytime I do any leg movement, sissy squats, anytime I try to do leg extension, leg curls, I just get really bad sharp pain in my right calf. So I'm just going to call it. I tried to warm up and try to get it loose. Did a lot of stretching. So I didn't record any of the workouts because like I didn't really do anything. But got a slight pump, but not very much. But I was just trying to warm up, and I'm going to call it because I don't want to risk injury or hurting it even further. So that's the way to do it. If you guys are warming up and you're not feeling it and you feel like it's just like it's hurting and you feel like you're going to injure it more, call the lift, don't push it. So I'll give my legs 4 more days of rest, technically, before I try to hit them again. So I'm going to try to do some techniques on my calf to see if I can get it feeling better before the next lift. I'm going to even hook it up to Megan has this machine that you can hook up to your muscles, and it like shocks your muscles. It does something like type of shocking, and it's supposed to help your muscle loosen up. And so I'm going to try that and some other stuff to see if I can get it loose. But so sorry, no lift. It sucks, but this is just what happens. But what I went ahead and did instead is I worked on my I threw in some forearms. So it's like when stuff like that happens, you can just kind of be like, okay, well, I'm going to do some of those odd workouts that I don't really do. Like I can go work on core, or I can go work on my forearms or something else. You know what I mean? You don't have to totally call it a bust and then just leave the gym. You can go work a little bit on something else that you normally don't work out on. So I just did that. So I just worked a little bit on my forearms. Sorry, my brain farts. I have a lot of brain farts right now. But I'm just going to go ahead and go find somewhere to park and get to sleep. I got to be up pretty early. So I'm going to just go try to sleep. That's funny. My warm-up is pretty much 20 minutes long for a leg day, by the way. But it's almost 10 o'clock, so I think I'm just going to go rinse off and then go find a place to park and go to sleep for the night, get up early. But this will be kind of a later post, and I know it kind of sucks. There's not too much to this video other than just talking, but hey, it is what it is. Sometimes things just don't go as planned, and you just got to come up with a different plan. Try not to let it stress you out, and that's kind of like what I tell people who are going into the gym who are like, oh my gosh, like I have such a set routine. I gotta go hit this machine and then go to this machine and then go to this thing and go do this thing when I'm working on chest. But then you go in and it's busy and those things are taken. So now your whole lift is thrown off and then you're just like frustrated and you're like, you can't adapt and just be like, okay, well now I can go do this instead. I can go do pec flies instead of incline benching. You know what I mean? You guys know what I'm talking about. So it's like, don't let that freak you out. And when you have to change your plans. So that's kind of like why I don't really like going into a workout with a full on plan in my head. Because I kind of just go, okay, let's warm up and then see how it goes. And that's kind of like how I was today. I was like, I'm going to go in there, warm up, see how it goes. Like, I kind of know I want to hit legs, but I want to see how it goes first. So then it was like, oh, okay, didn't really work out. So now we can just go do, I can go work out, my forearms now a little bit. So it just worked out that way. And so it didn't stress me out or didn't make me like freak out, if that makes sense. I hope I'm making sense. Words are really hard for me right now. I'm like tired. But I'll see you guys on tomorrow's video. Tomorrow we'll probably do chest. So we'll see you guys tomorrow.